We are live with Tim Quinn today. Do you guys know who Tim Quinn is? Let me know in the chat right now if you know who he is, because this is very, very exciting. It's very
So
exciting
funny.
for me. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Tim can hear you now. Lori, yay! I was just saying, Lori, when you couldn't hear me, that Lori is one of my favorite viewers.
Hi, Lori.
She engages and comments. She's so sweet and supportive. She always comes to live streams. Lori, we love you over here in Glam Girl Gabby World.
Where's Lori coming in from?
Where are you coming in from, Lori? Let us know. Okay, while you let us know, I just want to say that Tim is an A-list celebrity makeup artist. You guys, he is huge. He's had an incredible career. I'm going to turn the table over to you. Can you tell them a little bit about you and your career?
Turn the table. Well, you know, I'm not great at that, but I'm delighted and so excited that you flew down to be with us. Formerly, I was a makeup artist for Mr. Armani for 20 years and had a lovely career all over the world working with some of the most photographed women in the world. And then in 2021 or 22, I decided to switch gears and I've started my own organic skincare company with an incredible wellness coach, and we've kind of transitioned into that, but I still do a lot of makeup and I love it, but I like to kind of balance. I think life is all about balance.
Life is all about balance. Yeah. So Tim is like the most humble person you'll ever meet, but he has worked with women like Diane Kane. Diane King?
Who's that? I don't
Diane
know. Diane
Lane.
Lane.
It's been a long 2 days.
I know.
Diane
Oh, my
Lane.
Diane.
Tina Turner, Gwen Stefani, you name it. There's been a lot.
It just goes on. I forget, you know, over all the years, but we have some stories and fun. And so
Yes.
as not to be rude, this is Arthur, by the way, for those of you who don't know him.
Arthur is a very loved member of our set.
And
this
we're
week.
so excited.
We're so excited, and you guys are going to learn so much because he really has done everything. And first of all, let me just tell you about this live stream. This is what we're going to do so that you know why you should stick around. First of all, we are going to learn all the makeup tips and tricks. Diane Kane. All the makeup tips and tricks for women over 40. A lot of the actresses you work with, the celebrities you work with, they are more mature women.
Mostly, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my starting point is about 40, and then up.
Yeah, so he really understands, you know, he was the perfect kind of celebrity artist to bring on the channel because he really understands you guys and your needs and your struggles. So we're watching your live chat. You guys know my girl Lori is back there monitoring all the comments. She's popping things up. So if you have a question while he does my makeup, please let us know. We'll pop it up and then he can address it and he can answer it. You don't have to listen to me yap all day. But then beyond that, which, you know, that in and of itself is a reason to watch, another reason to watch is that Tim and his partner Mark started an incredible company called Halo 42. You're going to learn all about it. And one of you guys are going to win the complete collection of Halo 42. How much is this worth?
$366 US.
$366 US. One of you guys is going to win it. So keep watching. You're going to learn about the products today. So that's going to be super exciting. And if you want to shop, Tim and Mark were nice enough to give us a discount code for this live stream only. So the discount code is going to be GlamGirl15, and you're going to get 15% off anything that you want from Halo 42 until this live stream ends. So wait to hear a little bit about it, learn a little bit about it.
So would they go on our website to shop and use that code? Is that how it works?
We already have the link set up
Oh my
in
God,
the
of course
description
you
box
do.
below.
This team is incredible. They've got everything thought through. I mean, I don't even have to do anything.
It's not our first rodeo.
Right?
I can't come out here unprepared to work with you.
I love this next level stuff. I love it.
All right, you guys. Wow. Oh, this is great. Penny's excited. Make me beautiful, Carol's saying. No, Carol, he's making me beautiful.
Do we know that, Carol? I feel like we have some friends from Bloomingdale's watching.
Oh, yeah, friends. Oh, hi, friends from Bloomingdale's, too. Okay, let's start by talking about the brand, and we're bringing another partner in here because the brand
a
is...
special guest star. So Mark,
Mark.
Turnipseed is going to come on now, is that my business partner who is really like the impetus behind Halo 42. And I want him to tell you a little bit like about where the name came from and what it all entails.
Yeah.
Well, this is what an impetus looks like.
You want to sit? You sit, Mark.
I don't know if
You
that's the right
sit.
word, but it sounded good.
You sit, and I'll stand beside you because
I
you
think-
guys are the team here.
Tim, I think our relationship was really the impetus of Halo 42, and it's because, you know, Tim, he had been working in the beauty industry for the past 20 years. And something that we noticed in the beauty industry as we were working together that they were really missing was just that wellness link, you know? And for me, I had never been in the beauty industry before meeting him. I actually didn't even know what Armani was. I had never even heard of Gucci. And so Tim introduced me to this whole world where we could we could use actually good products, good luxurious products to help us to feel better. And I just go, you know, I think this is really what beauty is. It's a mix between wellness and beauty and mental health and all looking good and feeling better. And so it was an easy jump for me to get out of wellness and into this beauty space. I think that it's just such a wonderful industry to be in if you do it right. And so Tim's been doing it right for a number of years. And, you know, these products are very special to me because, like I said, I wasn't into beauty, I was into ingredients. And copaiba, which is the main ingredient inside of our skincare, it actually saved my life. And so I had started taking it internally for a lung condition. And supposedly it's supposed to reduce the inflammation of your lungs and help your lungs to heal. But it does the same thing for your skin.
Oh my God.
And so the fact that our skin is always going through so much trauma, it's always needing to recover, it's always going through a little bit of inflammation, maybe not even inflammation that you can see, but look, that's the missing link. Like if we can reduce the inflammation just a little bit before putting on our makeup, then actually we kind of cross a barrier that we haven't been able to in the beauty space. And Tim and the models back in the day used to put their face right into ice water to reduce that inflammation. But with stuff like copaiba and ingredients that are naturally anti-inflammatory and healing, you don't have to go through those steps, right?
So those are all encapsulated in our 4 products.
Yes.
The star product, I don't know, for me, it's probably the Body and Face Elixir.
It's incredible. So we did a makeup takeover today where we found a woman that wanted to revamp her beauty look, and then we did this whole. The videos are going to come out, you guys. You know the makeup takeover series. We did that here with Tim, with Mark, and Tim was using this on her face, but then after I'm like, can I use a little bit of that in her hair? And even in her hair, it looked
You transformed her
incredible.
hair.
It was because it's so humid here, her hair is quite curly, so it was expanding a bit, and I just put a little bit through her hair, and I was like, wow, it just looks so amazing. So I know a lot of you are looking for wellness products. You ask me all the time, is it clean? Is it safe? I know a lot of you guys are going through cancer treatments right now. I see my comments, and I see you, I hear you, I'm here for you. And this is a really good thing to look at if you're going through that stage of life right now or you're in recovery. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, I know well about that. Well, I too am a cancer survivor. And that's one of the points where before I met Mark, I started to change my thinking on what goes on your skin. And, you worry about what you eat, but your skin's the biggest organ it absorbs. So that's why it's so important to us with this. It's all pure. Everything is organic. The face wash, even with the green tea and I almost said arugula. Not arugula.
That's why Mark's here.
I was thinking of our salad earlier. The green tea and the hibiscus and the alfalfa. This cleanser, literally, you just wash your face with it. It cleanses your face, but it actually leaves it feeling hydrated instead of stripped of moisture. Probably the most amazing body wash you will ever try in your life. We were so fortunate last year. Oprah did a story on this and said it was the most mind-balancing body wash. And if you take a shower, a bath, whatever it might be,
Oh my gosh,
it suds up. It doesn't strip your skin. It smells delicious. And again, it was important to us for this to be for anybody, any skin type, any body type, age barrier, no race barrier, anything. It's just skin, good, clean, amazing, healthy start to your day.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit deeper than just skin, right? Because while we're taking care of our skin, what we've noticed is that it's a wonderful opportunity to tap deeper into actually beyond the skin and into yourself. Okay. So every time, like the goal with Halo 2 was similar to the Nike check. Like when a young boy sees the Nike check, they think, I can just go out and dunk a basketball just like Michael Jordan, right? Well, Halo 42, the logo, the upside down rainbow, they're actually really existent. They're called Halo circumferential rainbows, but they're only visible at 42 degrees. So the idea is when you pick up this product, you are able to look at it and go, you know what? I'm going to use this moment while I'm putting my skincare on to shift my perspective and see my hope and my beauty. And y'all, once you're able to start seeing your hope and your beauty, like you can overcome just the greatest challenges. Like including, I don't know if you've ever read the book Radical Remissions about overcoming cancer, but a lot of that is mindset and it's learning to look at ourselves like a healthy person, not like a broken person. Oftentimes in our eyes, we think, oh my God, I need to rebuild this world. This world's so broken. My world's so broken. But oftentimes that's only because we're looking at it through broken lenses. And if we can wipe the lenses and start seeing how beautiful we truly are, how much hope we truly do have, and not comparing against everyone else, but just staying there in that moment while we're putting on our skincare, yo, it makes a world of difference. Have you ever noticed when you go out, when you go to work and you're walking into work and somebody's like, wow, you look so beautiful today. But the only thing that's different is what? Your mindset?
Yes, you're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our talk in the car. Like, that's why I get when you said, whatever that word. It's not that I'm humble. It's just like I'm not the best makeup artist in the world. I'm just really good at helping people see what I see in them, and usually it's just a shift in perception, and you glow differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at, I was wondering how you came about naming your product line. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So
I'm so glad
basically,
you
I was.
shared that.
It was funny. I had when I met him as his wellness coach, right? And so we were in the gym one day, and he asked me if I had ever thought about creating a brand. And the night before, I had a dream of an upside down rainbow, and so we Googled it. And then Tim asked me, What does the upside down rainbow mean to you?" I was like, "I have no idea. I found it in a dream." But upon Googling it, he goes, "Oh, it's about shifting your perspective and like seeing it at 42 degrees. That's the only way you can see these upside down rainbows." And it just dawned on me right there. I remember being, so I'm overcoming or overcame heroin addiction about 12 years ago. And I remember being in the mental health facility and my counselor going up to her and be like, I'm completely hopeless. I can't even brush my teeth. At that time, I was 230 pounds. My hair was all falling out. I even had to wear glasses. My whole body was really falling apart back then. And she goes, well, why don't you go back to your bathroom and brush your teeth mindfully? And y'all, when I went back and brushed my teeth mindfully, first of all, I hadn't really looked at myself in the mirror for a number of years because it would just depress me looking at myself even.
Yeah.
But instead of like getting into my head, I just got mindfully, started paying attention to each bristle stroke. And when I did, I remember smiling at myself in the mirror for the first time in many years. And I knew at that moment, like if I took this mindfulness concept and took it into everything that I did, man, I could be sitting in traffic and enjoy it. I could, be anywhere. I
Yes.
could be sitting in the tea and still find my peace and find my hope. And I go, you know what? I'm going to be able to do this. And that's the goal behind Halo 42. I mean, that's one of the goals behind Halo 42 is helping to empower people,
Yeah.
so you're empowered in your day and you're empowered when you finish your day.
That's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing it.
You're welcome. You can have your seat back.
Okay, we're excited. You guys, are you still okay? Look at this. So cool. Halo healing. Yeah, you guys, this is amazing. And I'm so excited to share these products with you. And it's so nice that they gave us this discount code. So we're going to now learn all about a makeup look and we're going to learn about Halo and you'll see the result on
All
my
right.
face. Thank you, Mark, for sharing that with us. That was
Arthur,
really special.
Can I get up?
You're welcome, and I'll come back if you need anything else.
Okay.
My assistant's going to get up now too.
All right.
I'll give me yours.
You guys, skincare is my weakness. Grew up with a dermatologist father, but at 57, I still love to find new products. I can't wait to try some Halo 42. Oh, Nancy, I hope you love it. Nancy, the eye oil, I'm not going to get too into it, but the eye oil, I'll let him get into it, but it's incredible. And you'll see it when he applies it. When he sent me these products, I was blown away by them, sincerely. And you guys know I try everything. I literally have tried every single thing that's at Sephora and Bloomingdale's, like it's crazy. This really, really, really stood out to me. I mean, all the products do, but you're going to be obsessed with this, and I know because you guys struggle with under eyes as much as I do. So enough about me.
Yeah, and good luck.
Make me
We're
beautiful.
going to be selling out of this today because we have our new batch coming soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is an incredible. I don't really know of any other eye oil on the market. So we're just going to dive right in and start. And you can talk. We'll talk where you do. I get very easily distracted, so I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, no problem.
But you know, when I do makeup, it's the same thing. It's like the skincare element is the most important part. You know, the other stuff is like, you know, ornaments on the tree.
Yes, it's
Just start with
true.
a good base.
You guys know if you don't have a good skin, nothing else looks good, right? Skin is everything.
Oh, so you have to watch the camera and me. So this is the eye oil. They show people like literally one drop for both eyes. You don't need to use a lot of this, but you want to put it on and then massage it around the bone of the eye.
I've been really struggling. I've always struggled with my under eyes. And now that I'm getting a little bit older, I have so much hollowing. Actually, so much so that I'm thinking of getting a fat transfer. I've been going back and forth whether or not to do that. But I feel like this has really helped make the concealer look a lot nicer despite the darkness and the under eye circles.
Yeah, it's one of. I feel like it's one of the areas that most of my clients, you know, have the trouble with. It's always been about the eye area, because unfortunately, you know, if you use concealer and your eye dries out a little, it starts to crease and cake, and then you're almost better off not having any. And you can layer this if you have a tendency, especially in different climates. You could put your favorite eye cream over it if you want to add more hydration. Day or
Nancy's
night.
saying, I actually went right to the eye oil. So great minds, Gabby. I know, Nancy. I read all of y'all's comments, okay? I know that you guys all struggle with under eyes, and who the heck doesn't after, I mean, even like late 30s, it's the first place that shows signs of aging. And it is a struggle. It's a struggle covering up dark circles without making the concealer look cakey or heavy or wrinkly.
Right.
It's just such a challenge. It's a challenging spot.
Well, I think one of the portions about this, now I'm using this is the face and body oil. I'm going to use that on your face next to your body.
Why
But
not?
I also, like when Mark was talking earlier, like when you go to put on breathe in, it has this very calming scent that helps to kind of calm your mind
That's so nice.
day or night. And you know, one of the things with this too is that, as I said before, it's for any skin type. If you're oily, if you're dry, if you're just, you know, middle of the road. If you're super dry, you can always, you know, put a cream over it. Use, I mean, I try and tell people to use their like more active ingredients at night. I'm just gonna massage that in. We were talking about this earlier too, is like, I love the whole preparation of the skin the most because I feel like you get the blood flowing. You're talking about under eye issues. Sometimes it's just, you know, stimulating. Give yourself a little massage. Most people put on their creams and things in about 2 seconds flat.
Amy wrote, I'm 58 and I love my under eyes now. Lots of good skincare and sweet eye patches every single day. Amy, I use a lot of eye patches as well. Thank you for suggesting that.
Oh, the eye patches are amazing. That's actually the first product Mark and I wanted to do, but it was during the pandemic and we couldn't access a lab outside of this country. But I think eye patches, because you can actually put them over whatever treatment you're using too, and it really improves the efficacy.
This feels so amazing. Everyone's saying they're so jealous. Michelle, I'm sorry. I would let you trade places with me if you were here. I wouldn't though. I can literally feel this right now, Lori is saying. Yeah, this is incredible.
And this is what most people don't do for themselves, you know?
Yeah. So are any of you guys scared to use oils on your faces? I know that because I have oily skin, it's something that I've been worried about in the past. But even Rosemary, who you know,
Yes.
she was like, absolutely not. Even with oily skin, you can use oils and it will regulate your oil production.
It's just a little lip moisturizer. Can't forget the lips.
No. You guys, before you apply the rest of your makeup, make sure to do a lip mask while, let it marinate while you do the eyes and everything else. It's going to make your lipstick look way better.
I love that term, marinate.
It's got to marinate in there.
I thought you said you couldn't cook.
I can't cook. I was telling Tim earlier that I can't cook anything. I can't be good at everything, you guys. Can't be good at everything.
I had everything organized, but I like chaos, and somebody made me make it all look neat. So. I'm gonna put this. This is actually one of my favorites. It's an Armani eye tint that I use as a shadow base.
Okay, so this is an Armani eye tint that uses as a shadow base. Let me just address this. Michelle says oil sounds a little scary, but it kind of makes sense. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it's funny because when you think about it, oil is the most pure. There's no filler in it. And I spent a lot of time in Asia with Mr. Armani, and we travel and check out the different cultures. And oils have been used for years, even in cleansing. So it's even more pure. It's kind of like just reverse your thinking on what oily skin means compared to oil as a means of hydration.
I'm going to chime in a little bit there. Fellow oily skin, acne-prone individual. So oils actually really helped me with my own acne issues. And that's one of the reasons I went with oils instead of creams, actually, because we needed something that was practical that we could use ourselves. And a long history of struggling with acne, both on my body and on my face. Since having a Halo 42 around, that has not been the case. And the way that works actually is that our skin produces something called sebum as a response to stress and as a response to what our skin needs or what our body thinks that our skin needs. So if my body's dry, for instance, it's going to create sebum to kind of like a state of homeostasis for my skin, right? It's going to create that level. Now, if my skin is oily also, and my skin is creating too much sebum, then it kind of develops this like workhorse that's overproducing sebum. And it's overproducing it because it doesn't have the healthy oil tones on the skin. Now, if you put the healthy oil tones on the skin, that's an immediate trigger. It's an immediate message to your body that it doesn't have to overproduce sebum. So it actually helps to regulate the amount of sebum that your body produces. So whether you're an oily person who's producing too much, you put the healthy oils onto it, and then it actually helps to reduce the amount of production of sebum. Now, if you're a dry person and you put oils on it, then it will increase the amount of sebum that your body naturally produces to help match this healthy homeostatic level. But you can't just use all oils, right? You want to use very, luxurious oils. Honestly, that's what that makes it a little bit challenging. It's because not all oils are created equal.
Oh, bad?
Some will create more acne. But that's not the case with Halo 42. It's not the case with a lot of very good oils that are out there too.
Thanks, Mark. That was very good. See, that was good to know. Okay, everyone's saying interesting. Okay, what do you do now?
Right now, while your eyes were closed, I did a little bit. Well, I did your shadow base, but then I used one of my secret weapons. I usually keep that Clé de Peau concealer off to the side in case there's a situation.
Yeah.
Because I like the density of that.
Clé de Peau?
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
I have a really bad breakouts right now that I was really stressed about. So
That's
which
what-
one is that one that
This
you're
is
using?
I forgot what this is called.
And it's full coverage?
Yes, this is one of the reasons we actually created the IO2. So I love these kind of concealers, but you can't really use it under the eye like this.
No.
So I would mix the concealer with the oil to give it a little more play. But I like keeping these in the warehouse, the toolkit, just for those kinds of things rather than the under eye. I like
Yes.
under eye that has more movement to it.
Yeah, so Emerald 4 Jade is saying, I've always struggled with under eyes, but now my eyelids are purple. I'm happy that
Oh,
there's so
yeah.
much content about color correcting around the eyes these days. It's a normal thing to have to deal with.
Yes, and it's not unusual and it's not new. It's just that it became much better about, even 20-something years ago, we launched 4 different shades of color corrector,
Yeah.
and nobody knew what to do with them. They get nervous when they see it, but they're really, it's just color theory, you know? And they
Yes.
work brilliantly.
Yes.
But you know, the important thing too is to find a concealer they work with as well, because you have to use something that kind of blends it into your skin tone.
Definitely. If you guys have any questions about what you're struggling with that you want to ask Tim, please go ahead and ask them in the chat. Because now is the time, you guys. We won't be able to have access to him for much longer.
I love this one. Is which color is this one? How do you say this word?
Oh, that one is steel gray.
Oh, but this is the French.
Yes, we have to use French because of Canada.
Right. So how do you say that in French?
Oh, I don't speak French.
Oh, I love it. Oh my
My
God, that's
Quebecois
hysterical.
friends translated it for me.
Okay. All right. So we're just doing a little highlining with that one. I love these pencils, by the way, and she did not tell me to use them or anything. Gabby sent these to me probably like a week and a half ago.
I didn't pay him. I promise.
No, I swear. And people who know me know that, like, if I get something I don't like it, I don't really ever say anything bad about it. I just don't say anything good. But it reminded me so much. And, you know, I've been doing makeup for a very long time. And eye pencils are like, you can't live without them. That's why we had that one client earlier. I'm like, how do you not have eye pencils?
I know.
Because you can literally do everything. You could make a shadow out if you need to, but they
Yes.
have to be really well done. And these are brilliant because they're smooth, they're velvety. You can move them, but then they stay put. And it's a really terrific color range. And they kind of replaced, I had really hoarded these extraordinary Armani ones for years that they discontinued.
Yes.
So these literally arrived in the nick of time.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Right?
I'm so
It's
glad
so
that you
good.
like
I
them.
love
Thank
them.
you so much. And thanks to you guys for being so supportive of them as well.
Because this, you know, especially, I mean, I don't know what it's like doing it. I tried them on myself once, but when you're working on somebody, you can tell when the pencil is dragging, you feel like you're hurting them.
100%.
You know? And sometimes they'll tell you.
Yes, and it's just so sticky, you know? Are there any things, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about eyeliner and like a more mature woman.
Mhm.
Are there any rules that you stick to when you're working with someone, let's say over 55? Are you like, you know, over 55, you should never X, Y, and Z?
I don't really have any blanket rules, to be honest with you, because I think, first of all, it's so different now to my idea of what a 55-year-old woman was compared to 20 years ago.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's the blurred lines of like aging have changed dramatically.
Yes.
And a lot of it comes from in here. So if
Yes.
somebody feels very comfortable, I mean, sometimes you can, you know, have a conversation with somebody if it's too harsh. If
Yes.
it's, sometimes I'll still see people who maybe got used to using those like neon-y type colors or something that maybe we're not the house bunny anymore, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes.
But as a general rule, I don't really like to like tell anybody you can't do something.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, we got a little wiggle on this table.
I know. I wonder if it's okay.
I like how you multitask.
I know. I'm used to going live. It's a lot of fun. I know that someone did ask, Lori, there was a question about color correcting the eyelid. Can you read it out?
Yes, we're looking at good tips for when we have multi-coloration and the best dressing.
So if we're talking about on the under eye, or it could be anywhere.
On the eye,
Yeah.
and how do we clear that?
So with that, you need to use something with a little more like the peachy, yellowy tone, so it's going to kind of neutralize it a little. But it's also texture, especially on the eyelid. The eyelid's a little tricky
Yes.
because if it's too heavy, like dense, it's going to just kind of melt and like look funny. You could probably put something and then set it with powder.
Yes.
The under eye, to me, normally like the darkness, when people say that, it's usually here. And then, you know, the lid can change. So focusing on where it's needed and then using a concealer everywhere else so it keeps it bright. Because I feel like sometimes we get the idea because we have darkness under the eye that we just have to like, almost like make it like a reverse raccoon.
Yes.
You know, so it's like brighten everything up. And then you're working double hard.
Yeah, one other thing that you guys can keep in mind is that when you are brightening areas, so say you have a little bit of purple and you're using something a little peachier to cancel it out, or maybe even something with yellow tones will cancel out purple really well. what he was saying, that is a lot of the darkness is here. There's not much mobility here, so you don't have a lot of fine lines here, so it doesn't crease as badly because concealer has this tendency to crease. But there's a lot of mobility here. So if you have a lot of lines here, you want to go light on the concealer on the outside and keep it more brightened in here. That's going to kind of trick the eye to not seem like you have dark circles, but it's not going to create so much gumminess and creasing. Okay, so that's a really good tip for you. Yeah. House money. Love that, Lori's saying. What are you doing now?
Now, I'm just going to play because no, I had this conversation years ago with a friend of mine. She's like, don't you want to know what I'm wearing
Yes.
when I'm getting someone ready?
Make sure to look at the
Oh,
camera.
sorry. And, yeah, it's interesting because sometimes, yes, like you can have, play for, a lot of times when you're somewhere, I have no idea what they're wearing, and I'll go with something much more neutral. But you happen to be wearing something that's a lot more bold,
Yes.
so I wouldn't necessarily put you into, bronzes.
Yes.
So I found a palette that I thought was beautiful for you and your eye.
Nice.
And I'm just kind of playing with the color. You have such an easy eye to do because there's plenty of space on the lid, but that crease, it's just playing with light. And I was talking to our takeover client. What do you call her, makeover client?
Yeah, our makeover takeover client.
Because I noticed in her, and a lot of women have that, they'll have these palettes with like 4 or 5 shades in them. And it comes with instructions. Sometimes it's not that important because you don't need to use them all at one sitting. Sometimes I like to kind of blend from other things because those are just put together from some marketing person.
Yeah, that's right. I know I'm in the car on the way to work and I'm interested in placing a bronzer and blush. And do I use both?
Oh, in placement of them? Yeah, they don't replace each other basically. And I've seen people try and use, the worst one, they're trying to use blush as a bronzer. The bronzer should add warmth and frame and dimension, and then the blush is that interest in color and pop. And you can, it's kind of individual, but I find that one thing that as we mature and we forget is that our face shape has changed. So where you maybe used to put blush when you were 20,
Yes.
or you see somebody on like TikTok doing, is maybe not the right placement for you.
Yeah. You guys, I'm a little out of focus, huh? Do you want me to?
Ooh.
Oh
Don't worry about it. What do you want to do?
no. Was that Prada? I'm gonna move in a little bit because I feel like can you guys see me? What I'm seeing on the screen is that I'm out of focus. Is that better for you guys? Okay. I think that you can see me a little bit better now.
Oh, now that we had a crash.
Did I smash your palette?
No.
Is that a Prada palette
That
that
is
I
a
just?
problem.
Oh my God, rest in peace.
But that also goes to an important question is like, I happen to use a lot of products that are more luxe, I would say, but that's not to say that you can't use the drugstore brand either.
Yes.
And in the shadows, I think it's easier to buy an eyeshadow palette at, what kind of drugstores is it called?
L'Oreal, I believe. Oh,
Yeah,
drugstores?
yeah. Like a Walgreens, I don't know what you have.
Oh,
there, but
we have Shoppers Drug Mart.
all right. But like,
Ulta?
when you go in and you try and buy a foundation or a liquid product, it's a little harder to guess that. But with shadows, you see what it is. The pigment may not be perfect,
Yeah.
but if you're doing it just for a look,
Yes,
that's not where I would
totally.
spend my money,
Can I ask you a question?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been asking questions all day. Do you find that when you're working with high-end celebrity clients that sometimes just having the brand name is like, this is how I felt. I'm
Yeah.
not going to speak for you. So
Okay.
I felt when I worked with high-end more celebrity clients that I almost needed to like have the high-end brand names in my kit because they would feel like the makeup wasn't as well done if I was using like L'Oreal.
Right.
So I felt like I just needed to buy it to impress clients, to be honest.
I mean, I guess there is a little of that, but I've worked with plenty of artists who deep hot everything.
Yes.
And I think they probably do that on purpose so that there's no
There is no judgment.
bias based on, is that, Trish McEvoy or is that,
Yes.
Nyx? But it's more important, like the texture and the blendability of them. And sometimes, I mean, listen, L'Oreal's one of the biggest makeup companies in the world. They have extraordinary formulations. I have one client who I could bring the most expensive mascaras to get ready for, and she pulls out her L'Oreal Great Lash Mascara and wants to use that hands down every single time.
Yeah, it's her favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're big fans of drugstore on the channel.
I had a lot of fun doing one of those. Um, they asked me to go in and shop the drugstore and try and create the same look. It's kind of like I saw you doing that where you had the line down the middle of your face,
Yes.
and you can totally do it. You know.
Yeah. Oh, we have a good question here. I'm a fan of turquoise eyeliner and I have blue eyes. I like the turquoise to contrast with a lot of eyeshadow looks. Oh, interesting. So that's not really a
Yeah.
question.
But-
Turquoise. What
yeah.
are you wearing?
Oh, I love
What's
turquoise.
Turquoise?
I like saying that. Yeah. I have a few clients who, no matter what I'm doing on them, we have to put the turquoise liner on.
Oh, yeah?
Usually one has very blue eyes and blonde hair, and it does work. You can make it work with anything.
That's cool.
It's like the stone. I feel like there's something magical about turquoise anyway. So maybe there's part of that because, there's a spirituality of color.
Yeah. It connects.
I mean, maybe you don't want to do a big cat wing in it, but
Do you guys have a look request that you want to see? We're already kind of in it. Is there anything that you're like, oh, I'd love to learn how he would do X, Y, and Z?
right now I'm going in your waterline because you have a strong eye so you can carry it. Because people ask all the time, can I line the inside of my eye?
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how you feel and what your eye shape is sometimes. But virtually anybody can do it, it's just how you wear it.
When should you?
Yeah, when should you avoid it?
I mean, like for your wedding.
If you're crying a lot.
Right. Now, it depends on your eye shape. Like if you have small eyes and you don't really want to wear a lot of shadow, because I've seen people make the mistake, they think like, I'm going to make my eyes come out by just bringing my eye with, kohl liner inside out and put mascara on. All it does is really just kind of encapsulate it and make it look smaller. When you're wearing like that lined interior, you have to build out the idea of the eye shape. And I think it's important because sometimes when you're doing your own makeup, especially over time, you just kind of get into a routine that's the same. And that's why I think going to someone every once in a while, like going to a counter or something, get some advice, because our face shape changes, our styles change, and they can
Yes.
kind of help guide you, especially to your look. Wanna look up?
I don't often line on the inside of on the inner water line of the bottom, just not because I don't like it, but because when you get into a habit of doing your makeup in a certain way and then you just stick to doing it that way all the
Yeah.
time, and it's just become like a thing. So it's really fun to see something different. And I always encourage you guys to try something different, to just see how it turns out because it's amazing. Every time I get my makeup done by another artist, they do it so differently and it's so inspiring and fun to see yourself differently. Because makeup really can change you so much. It can enhance you naturally, of course, but it can really change your vibe. And that's why I love
Yeah,
it
you
so
can put
much.
on a whole different persona. It's like I feel like with this kind of a inner eye thing, sometimes it gives you a little bit more of a sassiness, which you kind of already have.
Oh my gosh, Lori just sent a super thanks. And she said, a drink on me. Thank you so much, Lori, for sending that. I didn't express it, but my eyes. Thank you
Oh,
so much for sending that. Look at me.
oh, I don't know what that means.
Thank you,
Okay, thank you.
Lori.
Oh, it's like a thing on. Oh, I forgot. I know. I was like, yeah. I tell you, I'm not the brightest.
You are very bright. You're not used to this life.
No, sorry. Oh, Lori, that's
Thank
so
you, Lori.
sweet.
That's so sweet of you.
Oh my God, I feel like years ago, they made me go on HSN or QVC, I don't remember which one, for a specific Armani fragrance, which selling fragrance on there is not so easy.
Yes.
But it was for a charity, so I'm like, okay. But I got so excited because I'd hear the clicker
Yes.
and I'd be answering the question, but people call him like, that was a little more difficult because they call him some wild questions and I don't have a poker face. People are
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah, how did you handle that?
Oh, thank God I had props on the table
Yeah.
because I couldn't remember anything.
Sometimes I'm not great like that either. I can blank out.
But you have a thought in your head, and then you can get easily like led astray.
Yes.
and I always forget, like, this is not the same audience I was talking to earlier. I'm sure you've talked about this before, but I like to do the eyes before I do the complexion
Yeah, let's talk about that actually.
because whatever fallout might be, it's so much easier to remove it out before you've already put all the foundation on, all the stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Do you guys do your eye makeup first before you do your complexion? It can really help. The only thing with that is that I find when I'm doing really smoky looks or dramatic looks, you really have to see like, what's that expression? The forest from the trees, or you have to like have perspective
Right.
because it will look really bad before it looks good. Because when you have a
Until all
dramatic
this is
eye,
balanced, yes,
exactly,
yeah.
'cause it looks so out of balance. So you kind of need to trust yourself and keep going because then, eventually it balances it all out. Bethany's saying, I have dexterity issues. Oh, can you read that one out loud for me?
So I can,
Okay.
can you tell me how I'm not?
Can you tight line with any color? Sure. I mean, I almost tight lined with this pretty lilac view on the lower lash line. Like,
Oh,
'cause sometimes, especially if you want to open up the eye more, like you can use those flesh tones. or-
yes.
I mean, I try and stay away from
Give me
white, but I
one
feel
sec.
like the lilac is pretty.
We need to see him. Let me just see something here. We need to see you more and we need to see me. I almost think we need to, yeah, there we go. It's almost like I'm a little low here. Why don't I sit on my legs? Sorry, guys,
Watch out, that skirt's going everywhere.
that skirt's going, it's a very short skirt. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So yes, you can. I mean, I feel like the important thing is the texture of the liner, which is why, and again, no reason they're brilliant, is because they're
Yes.
smooth enough to go inside the eye, and a lot of them are not.
yeah. Yeah, so you can tight line. The only thing I wouldn't tight line with is glittery shadows. Glitter particles, I don't find them super safe in the eye just because, they are like
Oh, yeah.
chunkier. Yeah, so I would avoid, I
I
would
always forget about
stick
that
with
because I don't have
matte.
any in my arsenal.
Yes, yeah, I would always stick with matte. That's the only
There was that
thing.
one line that did a million. I think Urban Decay was big on those for a while.
Yes.
And I didn't really even trust myself doing just a regular liner with it.
Yeah, because they're so chunky, right? But I think people are staying away from that. Gabby, we can't hear the questions, so could they be repeated before you guys answer? Absolutely. Are you guys able to see them popping up on the screen too? And then we will. Sorry, guys, we're getting our hang of it
Oh,
here.
right.
I do my eyes first. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see this. Oh, I see what people do now.
Yeah.
I wear glasses to see far away, but I can see fine up close. But that's why I didn't put them on.
Okay, let's do some rapid fire here while you work away.
Okay.
And you can interrupt me as you explain. What are you doing now?
Now I'm just taking, I like to take things and kind of melt to like blend the color because I don't like to see all the color blocking when you're done with something. So these, I mean, you'll find these a lot of places, these chunky pencils that are kind of a blend between shadow and liner. This one is Sisley, what's it called? Fido Twist one. But I like the creaminess, or you can do it, like sometimes I'll take just like a little cream shadow with my finger and kind of do this material, so it kind of blends it all. Because one of the things that happens is when you start to do this, like more a little heavier eye or something, is like it can tend to look a little color blocked.
Yes.
That's why I say when you see those things that come with like the 4 shades, you'll see somebody just says, oh, half a here and then whatever. To kind of prevent that, just blur it.
Interesting. I've never done that with a cream. I've never done that before like that. That's a really great technique. Are there any products out right now that you wish weren't? Are there any products that you ever were like, why does this exist? I have one.
Oh, good, tell me about it. I don't want it.
Do you? No, that's a good question. Do you ever use primer? People are constantly
Oh,
asking me
yeah.
about primer.
I actually brought 3 different ones with me.
You do use them.
You mean primer for the skin?
Yes.
I don't use them all the time, but specifically sometimes they're really important. I feel like it's one of the first things that people kind of edit out of their list if they're looking to like cut down,
Yes.
because part of it is doesn't really do anything. Earlier I used one that was more mattifying, and I've
Yeah.
used those a lot of people who have, excess oil in their skin, so you're not shining everywhere. And to kind of like, especially larger pores, they're amazing. That one, there's this little, well, this is the one I use the most, the Sisley.
Oh, yes.
And then the Prada one is amazing, but they're all across the board. I mean, MAC makes them.
Yes.
Generally speaking, more for women over 50, you see more of the luminous primers.
Yeah.
And that's where you can kind of get, just are they really needed or not? I mean, I still keep the Luminous Silk Armani one.
Yeah.
If somebody's a little dehydrated, this will really boost the hydration. And it has color corrector. The newer ones do.
Oh.
Like Kevin Aquan makes an amazing one as well. It's harder to find.
Yes.
But they're not, to me, it's like one of those extra steps of like, if you're looking to invest money, I don't know that that's like the must have.
Yeah. A good skincare is definitely more important. Like a base layer of good skincare is
Yeah.
more important than primer. And then you can use primer selectively on certain struggle areas, like on if you have too much oil production or really large pores, you can use like a pore filling primer.
Like it happens a lot when there's like more, if you're going for a photo or something.
Yes.
Because some people are just, they hyper worry about things that most of us don't even notice.
Absolutely. Is there any makeup product that you wish would like go away forever?
No, I don't think so. I probably just don't use it.
Yeah. Lori's saying pH adjusting makeup makes me batty. Yeah. Do you have thoughts on pH adjusting makeup?
I mean, I would just stay away from it. It's like so crazy what people, they overthink certain things. I'm like, years ago when we launched Armani and we were in Texas, I was with a trainer. I went to kill her at the end of the thing. There were clients, in the learning about the product, and somebody asked, well, what about in this Texas heat or whatever? And she made up a whole story on the spot that like, oh, it adjusts to the heat. No, it doesn't. Your skin is your skin.
Yeah, that doesn't exist. pH adjusting makeup is interesting, like the pH lips, for example, you guys. So it, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't done like deep levels of research on it, but from what I understand, because I read an article actually from Lab Muffin Beauty Science. You guys follow her? She's an amazing cosmetic chemist and she creates content on like the science of cosmetics. And so there's like 3 or 4 kind of pinky mauvey shades that you can get. And then so it looks clear. And then when you put it on your lips, it will turn into like one of 3 or 4 pinky shades. So it's marketed as pH adjusting and it adjusts to your perfect shade. But that's just like a marketing tactic. It doesn't actually do that.
Yeah, it sounds like a mood ring for your lips.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, how would it know your level of melanin based on your pH? Like, it's not, because
Yeah.
depth of lipstick is often associated with like how deep or light your skin is. So it's not going to be able to know that. So it always just ends up looking like kind of pink on everyone. But it's such a sheer pink that it flatters most people. So I think that they buy into the marketing of it. I also am not a fan of it at all. So I understand, Lori, what you're saying. You don't have any pH lip balms in this.
I do not, no. I feel like, who's Protestant, those green and yellow ones?
Yes, I hated
What
those.
was the point?
Did you try them?
I
They
tried it
were
on me
so
just so I see what
waxy.
you-
I hate, oh my gosh, I shouldn't say that, but I really dislike them. I'm lazy and I use eyeshadow sticks. So
Yeah.
I can do my eyes in any order. Yeah, those are really good to use. And you use them a lot too, huh? Like
I do.
liquid shadows and
I love the liquid shadows, I like the sticks. A lot of people make this style. And they're easy.
yes,
The important thing is to make sure you have a sharpener. But this is the thing that drives me insane.
yes.
It's like most people like lose their sharpener, and more times than not, I go into someone's makeup kit, and they have like nubby little pencils that have never been sharpened. and they're, like,
Yes.
it's impossible to use if you don't sharpen it.
And those are chunky pencils, so you need like a chunky
It comes with a
sharpener.
very specific, and some companies make you buy them separately, which is annoying.
Yeah. Okay, I think we have another, sorry, let me just look
Oh
down.
yeah, I forgot you have to read.
SPF in foundation can mess with photos. Oh, this is a good question for you. Can Okay, can SPF in foundation can mess with photos, and everyone should use SPF so their last step of skincare. Can mess with what everyone should use SPF as their last step of skincare. Oh, I know what you're saying. So you should do your skincare, then apply SPF as your last step of your skincare, then apply your foundation.
Oh,
But
right.
SPF can mess with the look of the makeup in photos. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think that, first of all, I think that, that has gotten a lot better. The companies have done a lot more work on the refinement of, because, 20 years ago, I would say absolutely not, especially if you're doing like your wedding or something.
Yes.
But now, like the micro fills and everything have definitely changed. I guess, you have to look and see. A lot of times now, even on the packaging, they'll say if it's flash ready,
Yeah.
but it's an important thing to have. The other thing is, if it's for a specific occasion like a wedding or an outdoor something, you're getting a physical barrier from the foundation. So if it's just for a day, I think, rather than risk the idea that you might be too light. But I find what happens more times than not is that you choose the wrong foundation.
Yes.
Like it's too light to begin with. So
Yes. I've never really had much of an issue with SPF in my messing up my photos in flash photography. I've had an issue with powder doing that, especially when powder
oh
contains
yeah,
mica and there's flashback.
there was a big thing. Remember a few years ago, like all the red carpet, they'd have like Angelina, all these, they looked like they had, a line of something under their nose.
Oh
And
my God, yes, that was a disaster.
yeah.
Did you ever have makeup do that? Has any makeup, like, have you ever looked at red carpet celebrity that you did and thought, oh no, oh no? Have you ever had
I'm sure I have. It's like, I probably don't work with them anymore.
that? I had a moment once where I color matched a bride wrong. It was just the bathroom lighting was so bad, and
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
have the experience to speak up and be like, we cannot do makeup here. I was like, I'll make it work, I'll make it work. I was trying to be easygoing, and then I looked at the photos and I was like,
Uh-oh.
oh, this is not good. And it was, I'll never did that again though. We all make mistakes.
Well, it's the same idea of like using something you've never used before on an important day like that. It's
Yes.
just it's like, do not do it because I don't care if you heard it from your best friend who said this is amazing. If you've never used it on you,
Yes.
like your wedding day is not the time to learn.
100%.
And like I think that's when that whole thing started with like having a makeup trial, with an artist,
Yes.
which, I mean, quite honestly, if a bride asks me that, I'm usually like, well, I'm not your guy
Really?
because I'm never going to do it the same way anyway.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of trust that we're not going to make you look bad.
Yes, totally. Do you do weddings?
I do. I actually didn't do them for the longest time, mainly because my schedule didn't allow it. Like I couldn't commit to it.
Yeah,
But I really enjoy them. I think it's so much fun.
they are really fun, actually. All right, let's hear. Loving this. I could watch all day. Aw, thanks, Paula. Thanks for being here and watching. I hope you guys are learning some
Hi,
things.
Paula.
Michelle's asking, what do you think about all of the skincare and makeup products? It doesn't seem necessary.
What?
Unpopular opinion.
What?
What do you think of all the skincare and makeup products? It doesn't seem necessary. Okay, let me give you a little
Oh,
context real
yeah.
quick.
All right.
So you were the vice president of Armani Beauty, right? That's
Right.
what okay. So Tim for 20 years?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, so he, just giving you context. And we were just talking earlier because the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation recently reformulated and now it's
Right.
very skincare heavy. Some of you guys love that. Some of you guys don't love that so much. So this is a great question. I'm so glad you asked, Tim, because you are the perfect person to answer this since you were so
Yeah.
heavily involved in an actual brand.
It was, I mean, it was after I left. But,
Don't come after him in the
um,
comments.
I was just as hesitant because I thought, well, why are we messing with something that was iconic for nearly 20 years? And then I tried the formulation. I mean, they added niacinamide and a few things and took some things out. So I still like it. But that said, I feel like there's this weird trend, and it started more with like these kind of tinted, BBCCs, all these things, where it was like trying to encapsulate so many steps into one thing.
Yeah.
And I don't really know that I would trust that I'd want the thing that's supposed to be hydrating my skin to also have pigment in it, because isn't the idea that it's kind of coming into your skin, you know?
Right.
So I think there's a weird, like, I'm not a huge fan, but in moderation.
Interesting. Yeah, because so many makeup products now are so heavily, they're almost skincare makeup hybrid products. So
Right.
many of them now, especially the lighter coverage ones. But that makes sense, right? Because then it would be,
Well, I think a big part of it was like we're trying to like save you a step,
yes,
but I don't think taking care of your skin is a step you want to save. You know,
yes.
like, and there's something like I'm saying, there's something so beautiful about the ritual of, you know, applying your products. And if you're just going to skip most of them, just go into one thing. And I know we're all in a hurry and whatever, but you're like cheating yourself out of like a beautiful self-care moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, here's a great question. Okay, there's two great questions.
Okay.
Carol, we're getting to yours right after. But Patricia's is, if you could only use one beauty product, what would it be? Thank you.
Only one beauty product. So meaning like a color kind of thing, or
Yeah, or yeah, okay,
yeah,
if you had to like take everything off this table and you'd be like, you have to only keep one thing, that's it. What thing would you keep?
I'd keep my oil. Well,
Good
if your skin is
answer.
hydrated, but when it comes to like the color thing, I could probably. I mean, I think a good bronzer you can get away with a lot of things with, you
Yes, you
know?
can. You can do, that's eyeshadow.
Yeah,
That's kind of blush-ish.
yeah, you can, you know,
Carve.
blur. You can. There's a lot you can do
You
with
can
it.
blur.
Um, and if it's a tool, not that I have anything to do with them, but if I were like investing in one thing forever, have you used this Lima laser?
I have not, but I've
I'm
heard
here to
so
tell
many
you, it's an
things.
extraordinary. It's a big investment, but I've used it on clients. Sometimes I'll only do half their face in 5 minutes, and literally you see a change in shape and dimension. You have to like I'll put the oil under it and just
Yes.
glide it, and it's very calm. You do it at home, and it doesn't hurt. It's just like an amazing cold laser that actually works.
Lima laser.
Yeah,
Okay, you guys, you got to check it out. We'll leave it linked for you in the description box after this. I need it now. So you use it in your kit for clients?
I use it like. I mean, I would go. There's a space in Palm Beach that carried our line that I would go to do clients mainly because that's where I first was introduced to it. So while I'm waiting for them, I do it on myself. Because
Yes.
it's very therapeutic. Like you just feel like that's why I like using like the rollers and things like that when I'm doing my
Oh,
skincare.
yeah.
Because the manipulation, but this is such on a cellular level you could never do with just a copper roller.
Yes. What do you guys think so far? That's good to know. Okay, another question we had that was really good was, do you recommend putting mascara on lower lashes for hooded eyes?
Um, yes, I think mascara on the lower lashes for everyone, unless you have like two lashes and it just looks ridiculous.
Yes.
I think, but I feel like it frames the eye so beautifully.
I agree. I know a lot of you guys are afraid of lashes on the lower eyes. I am yet to find someone who I would not put it on unless exactly that. They're maybe 80. Sometimes as we get older, we lose those lashes.
Yeah.
And there's like just a few and they're very sparse. Then it looks silly, but then I'll still shade it to look like there's mascara.
Yeah, because it does so much to help to frame
Opens.
the eye.
Yeah.
And you're right. I have clients who are in their 80s, and with them I'll use like that's why I love your champagne. What's it called?
Oh yeah, champagne bronze.
Because I like that tone on the lower lash line. It gives definition, but it doesn't over exaggerate, so it's perfect for that type of client.
Yeah, that's a really nice shade. I know that's our best-selling shade.
Is it really?
People really love it. So you're using concealer now.
So I used two different shades. I did that, like the deeper tone on the inner corner on the outer sides, and then a little light. And then you kind of felt like I always use concealer kind of down the center of the face as well. I can't forget if we're talking about that or somewhere else, about using, I mean, in a pinch, you can use concealer for your whole face.
Do you often do that or no?
Not unless, I mean, normally I have everything I need, but it's happened before where I don't have. And sometimes I feel like we're harder on ourselves. Like we don't need to mask everything.
Yeah.
And if you play with the concealer and some bronzer, like you need foundation.
Yeah. I think we often use more than we need because we're used to that routine, and also because we're insecure and it's like covering up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that a lot with hair as women too. We just like add more hair because then it's like we have all this hair and it like covers what we're feeling insecure about. But I think foundation is a clutch a lot of the time, and I'm pretty guilty of it. Even washing my face now to do the last room, I was like,
Oh
I'm
yeah, yeah.
naked. You might as well be seeing my
But
boobs,
everybody's got yeah, everybody's got their little Achilles heel, you know.
Yes, yeah. I have sensitivity issues on my lower lid and lash line. I immediately start tearing up until I remove the product. Oh, that's so tough. Have you had clients like
I have a
that?
sister like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you do about it?
You just have to take it. Like I've learned over the years, she has light eyes and she's blonde, so you kind of just like put all the attention up.
Yes.
And then I'll use more like you use her cheek and bronzer here, so it kind of frames it in a different way. But
Oh,
if you're prone to that, like there's really no product that I know of that is going to stop that.
yes.
And why put yourself through it?
Yeah, that's actually really good. That's a good technique, or that's good advice, because if you have that, so Carrie, I hope I'm saying your name right, Carrie. I recognize you from the comments. You're another great viewer. You can just highlight other things. So if you want, you can highlight your lips, or you can highlight your cheeks. You can bring other areas of beauty out and just avoid the area that's really sensitive. There are hypoallergenic products too, like Marcel in Canada is quite hypoallergenic. A lot of people with allergies use that. But you almost have to do an allergy test to figure out what you're allergic to.
Right.
Because it's usually an ingredient, not just like a whole thing.
And I listen to people when they tell me like I have blah blah blah. Like I don't try and
Yes.
convince them not,
Yes.
because you know your face better than everybody else.
Yeah. Do you guys want us to punch in now so that you can see this part better? Maybe we should punch in a little bit and then we can see.
What's that mean, punch in?
Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah, just zoom on in. Tim, I love that you're showing the patting technique for concealer application. I think that is a magic way to get it to look good.
oh yeah. Well, I
Talk
just
about
do it
that.
innately, um, because I feel like sometimes what people I see do is, and the mistake sometimes happens because you use whatever the applicator is, and they're shaped to like do that work, but when you're sweeping it, it's just moving it around. It's like
Yes.
that tapping, whether you use a brush or your finger. Like I feel like the finger is really great for the under eye because it warms it. This is where like during the day too, if you have like your little eye oil in your bag and you have that happen where you look in the mirror and it's creased, you can take the tiniest drop and starting on the outer edge, just gonna tap it back and it
Yes.
rehydrates it and puts it back in position.
That is the most amazing tip. When you told us that yesterday at Bloomingdale's, I was like, oh my gosh. So you guys know when you apply your concealer, it looks great at first, right? You've done your prep, you've done all your things, it looks great. And then you look in the car in the afternoon, you're like, what the heck is happening? And it looks super dry, almost like shrivels up. So what Tim was saying, he was telling us this at Bloomingdale's yesterday, is that if you take a little bit of his oil, you keep it in your bag and you put it on your finger, you can pat it in and kind of bring the concealer back to life. Now, I have two questions for you.
Okay.
The first question is, if you set your concealer with powder, if you do that, is it gonna look gummy?
No, that's what's great with the oil opposed to a cream.
Yes.
So for years, I would keep an eye cream in my little kit because I'd be touching somebody back up. And you
Yes.
had to be super careful because the filler in there would mix with the powder and it
Yes.
would make that tack. But because it's just pure oil, and again, like literally taking most of it. That's why you can't see it on camera, but even when I'm doing a lot, like I'll use my foundations, I'll put them on like a little dish or something
Yes.
rather than, so you kind of already diffuse it. Like
Yes.
there was like one pump and there's still a lot left on here, if you're like,
That's a really good tip too. And do you diffuse it so it goes on the brush in a more like
This is why I like a
evened
bigger
out
brush,
way.
especially on, more mature skin, like as we're getting into our 40s and 50s and beyond. It kind of gives us airbrush finish rather than a made up finish, because you can
Yes.
always add more
Yes.
in the areas where you need it. But when you think of it that way, because like I'll put a dot or two. I used to always do it on the back of my hand, but I don't want to get too messy.
Yeah.
And then do that, and it pushes it into the brush just enough so that it kind of just leaves the pigment like an illusion. And so much of the makeup out there now today is like, when we launched Armani, the technology was called microfill technology. I could take you through the entire thing because I had to learn it like head and toe. But it happened because Mr. Armani actually went to the lab with a piece of silk and said, I want the foundation to have this feel and this lightweight. And this is what I talk about texture with things. It's so interesting to me with makeup. I see like when you were going through, we were going through Andrea's, this woman that we did the makeover on,
Yeah.
like
You
we
guys
went
will see
into
that
her
video soon.
kit of stuff. It's like, oh, I saw it. But like, oh, somebody told me to buy it. Somebody, whatever. You never even felt it, and then it just sits in your drawer.
We had a question about menopause.
Yeah.
You ready to answer this one?
Okay.
I'm in full blown menopause. I feel you. I'm not in full blown menopause, but I get hot sweats at night now, and it's very annoying.
Oh
You
yeah.
should be happy you
Where
never have
everything
to
just melts
experience.
off.
Like, what the heck is that? It's very annoying. So the question is, how do I keep makeup on my top lip? So she's just, I think you're getting, correct me if I'm
Oh,
wrong, but
from here.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're getting, yeah.
It's
That's a
it's
tricky
it's
one.
almost impossible because this I see, I mean I'm in menopause, so I feel you. Um, the only thing to do really is to keep, and I do love them, and I had one here, but these kind of like puffy things that
Yes.
have, you get them and they're a little more dense. It's not more like this,
Yeah.
like the beauty blendery kind of type,
Here,
because you
sit for a
can,
sec so they can see you
oh,
while you're talking.
with these you can blot
Yes.
without moving, and you kind of push it back into place.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see this all the time. Like even I've had clients, I'm doing the makeup, and before I'm done, that's kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than keep putting more on, like this is actually made by Beauty Blender, but because it has that little pointy part, so you can kind of control it that way instead of just automatically going to powder. Because I feel like sometimes the powder starts to build up, and it looks
Yes.
worse than having anything there.
Yes.
It goes back to like that old talk when people like, I have to powder my nose. But at a point, it just looked like you've like got some kind of filler on there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, blotting is something that you guys should really think about that more. It's a technique. I have very oily skin, so I get a lot of oil throughout the day. And before going back in with powder, and I learned this from the film and TV world when you were touching people up for
Oh, yeah.
15 hours, 300,000 times, you have to remove the thing before applying more of another thing, or it does get like really gummy.
And
So
it starts to really show up.
yeah, it just becomes just this cakey thing.
Those papers that you can get in Sephora, all those places, those are amazing.
Amazing.
The little blotting papers, I usually have them somewhere around me
Yes.
because it'll absorb the oil and it doesn't take the makeup away.
Yes.
And those are an easy thing to kind of like slip in. You can put them in your phone case. They're so skinny.
Yeah, so maybe we could, if you look into getting one of those, the oil absorbing sheets, even if it's not oil, but you're sweating or you're having a hot flash, just grab it from your bag, press and remove, and then you can touch up if you need to. You might not even need to once you remove like the layer of water that's
That
on top.
shine, it's like
Yes.
I always have this on set, like because after a while, I don't care whatever the most blurring, weightless rice powder or whatever it was, it would start to show, and you can't get away from it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there a list of products? He's doing a great job and you look beautiful. We will be doing a list of products in the description box when he's finished. So as soon as he's finished, we will do that.
But the problem is, I never finish.
Are you okay sitting? Are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's just easier up on there.
Yeah, then we can see both
Right.
of us. Okay, what are you using now?
So now I'm using. We discovered yesterday at Bloomingdale's that Chanel had they didn't discontinue it. They're reformulating.
We're really sad about this.
I don't know the proper name of this bronzer, but it comes in the glass with the twirl off top, and you all know because pretty much everybody I've ever seen has had it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit shocking, but
the cream bronzer by Chanel that's iconic.
It's like I was shocked that they're reformulating, but again, things have changed. So I've always had the Armani bronzers in my repertoire because I'm going to tell you something. Back in 2001, when we launched Armani, there was a powder bronzer, #1, that was Mr. Armani's exact shade of tan, and he was always tan. But in the container, it looked such an odd color. It was like people would look at me and they're like, "I'm not putting that on," and it looked amazing on everyone.
No
Like,
way.
it didn't matter how fair you were, how whatever, and then same thing, they discontinued it. I
Why?
don't know, it's so crazy. I do love
Maybe
this
because it was off-putting when you first looked at it, it didn't sell,
because it's true. I think it's hard,
right?
especially like even with us when we were going to launch the brand, unless you have someone showing you and putting on, like you're doing the demonstration,
Yes,
we're so driven to just buy what we know,
100%.
so it's rare to see somebody just be like, oh, let me pick that up and try it.
Totally. I learned in my 70 plus years not to consider makeup an all day thing, but instead to go for a few great hours, then check your look and do a quick touch up. That is so
That's very good advice.
right. I
That's why those
completely agree.
24-hour wear, it makes no sense at all, because what are you wearing for
Yes.
24 hours?
Yes,
But that's a really good advice.
it is. And I think sometimes our expectations are too high. You know what I mean? And we just have to have more realistic expectations. Another thing is weather. Like we cannot control the weather. Sometimes people will ask me, oh, I live in Florida, humidity and heat, and I have curly hair that's super puffy. How do I keep it looking smooth and straight all day? I'm like, that's impossible because humidity, the cuticle layer will absorb the moisture in the air and it's going to want to revert back to its original shape, which is curly. And I think having you can use products that will help a bit, but at the end of the day, like you do need to have realistic expectations about makeup and hair.
Yeah, it's not a miracle.
It's not a miracle. I would
that's
always
so
tell my
great.
clients it's not a magic wand. It's a
Right?
makeup brush.
I like that color on you a lot, actually.
Oh yeah, I like this too. What is
It's
this?
this.
See, I would have never reached for that.
I hate it when they don't give them names, though. It's number 83.
83.
I used to love. I think that's probably half the reason I wanted to get into makeup is like all the fun names.
Yeah.
Miss Kitty. And all.
NARS orgasm.
Okay, do you know something about that? So I went to Catholic school my entire life, and even college, and they invited me back a few years back to come and do a beauty talk, which was so strange, but it was for graduation. I don't remember what story it was, and in the audience were the front row were some of the nuns, because when I went there were still nuns and priests. There's a few left, and somebody asked a question about a universal shade of blush. And at the time, the one with Armani was number 10, like virtually looks well on everybody, blah, blah, blah. I said, but Armani you can't get everywhere. And NARS has a great alternative, and it literally looks well on everybody. And they're like, what's the name? And I wasn't even thinking, I just said, orgasm. And then as I said it, I caught the eye of the sister, I can't remember her name. And I turned so bright red.
When you say something that comes out like in slow-mo in
Yeah.
your brain, you're like, oh god.
It was that exactly. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm going straight to hell. And she was laughing. Like,
Did she laugh?
yeah, of course. I didn't know what it was. No.
Do you want to tell, do you guys want to hear an interesting celeb-based story, or do you want more tips? Do you want the insider tea, or do you want more beauty tips? Let me know in the comments right now. I'm all about the insider tea. This looks
love
so
that.
beautiful.
Let me know in the comments. I love that.
Let me know in the comments what you want. We are reading them, and we will deliver what you want. I really like the story, both. All right, Jen. All right. Well, I think the story that you had with Tina Turner was fun.
Oh,
Wanna
yeah,
share that story while you
was
finish?
really fun. I mean, I had the opportunity to work with some of the most incredible people, and we were in Shanghai actually for one night only. We would do this fashion show in certain cities, and it was an unusual fashion show. It was men, women, Emporio Armani, Giorgio Armani, and Privé. So it was a big thing that he never combined. And with this particular show, I had a team of artists, and then I got a call from Kelly, my PR person. She's like, "Can you get to River Hotel Tina needs her makeup done, which is a guest at the show. Why? And we were talking about something like, I can't leave, Kelly. You know, like things going on. And she's like, it's Tina Turner. And in 3 seconds, I was like, whoosh, off we go. And I got to her room, and it was like one of the very few times I've been kind of intimidated. Like we had this talk a little, like
Yes.
because there's a personality that's bigger than life. There's her look is her look, whatever. But she was so charming and lovely, and her music was playing. Her husband was nice. We went in to do hair and makeup, and honest to God, I can't remember who the hairdresser was, but he had it easy because she wears wigs.
Yes.
You know, and there's all these Louis Vuitton wig cases, and I was like pulling out my stuff. I'm really like, okay, I'm a little anxious, and I started doing her makeup, and we were on a time crunch, and I had just finished her brows, and she was like, most of the time, I don't know about with you, if they don't know you, they like micromanage a little,
Oh yeah.
right? It's
Because
like
they're
the
insecure. They're
mirror
gonna
and the
mess it up.
thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot myself. And then she's like, let me just check something. She checks the mirror, and she's like, oh my God. The only other person who got my brows right was Kevin Aquan. I almost went under the table. I passed out practically. I was like, oh my God. And then
That-
she was so lovely, and it was so nice, and it was, whether she made it up or not, I don't know.
She did
But,
not make it up.
was
Tina
so-
Turner wouldn't have made that up.
I don't think so.
Tina
And it
Turner's
was
no
like,
BS.
because then she wanted me to walk the red carpet with her, so I knew she kind of liked me.
Was that a career highlight for you? Or are you like, when, on your deathbed, you're gonna be like, I remember that one.
Oh, 100%. Because she would come to the shows all the time. I would see her, but it was like one of those people you would never, certain people have an aura. You're just like, I'm not going to go say hi. Plus, I don't
Yes.
like to do that. I'm not the person that would be like, see whomever. I mean, it's happened to me a couple of times where you think you know them,
Yes.
so that's different. And you like Debra Messing, do you know who that is?
Yes.
Will and Grace.
Yeah.
So when we launched Armani, we had this party. We did it in New York on 9/11, which was a whole different story. But when we finally had our big opening in Beverly Hills, which was a year later,
It was on the 9/11.
on 9/11 at Saks, so it never happened.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a whole book in
Were you
itself.
in New York?
I was in the city. I was doing a huge event with Mr. Armani that night.
That's awful. That must have been terrifying.
Well, you know what's out, to be honest to God? I had just moved to New York the month before, so I didn't really understand what was going on. And we're also talking a long time ago where the cell phone thing was like, you didn't have instant access to everything.
Right.
So I was kind of like, I'd been downtown to do the princess of somebody's makeup and I got kicked out and just walked back.
Wow. And you didn't even know.
No, I was like, what's happening? But when we finally had like the proper launch in LA, again, Kelly, and like I grew up in Connecticut, like it's not my world, whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, you're gonna co-host the party with, at the time, Will and Grace was a really big show. So Debra Messing, Debbie Mazar, back in the news now, as like Madonna's best friend is in that video.
Yeah.
Mira Sorvino, who's now back in the thing because of that Romy and Michelle's. But these were all people at that time were big actresses.
Yes.
So here I'm like hosting this party with them. I'm like, what the hell I'm talking about? And when I saw Debra, I didn't know her, but I ran up and gave her the biggest hug like we're best friends. And I have that picture in my piano right now. So I was like, they captured a moment that was so genuine because I think she thought she knew me just because I acted like such a fool.
That is the most amazing
I'm like, have you
thing.
done that where you just see somebody, you're like, actually, we never met.
Yes, and you're so like embracing. Oh my good, that's so relatable and so true, like so real.
Yeah.
I 100% have, and sometimes I'm like overwarmed to the point where I'm like, oh my God, did I just like rock that person back and forth when I hug them for the first time? And you know what I mean? It's like the embrace is too.
Right, but it's so genuine. It's like the emotion takes over, It's like,
Yeah. Oh, that's a great story. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna tell you some. Back to the makeup.
okay,
I really like these stories. I could talk all day.
I know. It's like talk about nothing forever. That's
It's
what
the
I do.
best. I'm struggling with oily eyelids and eye primer not holding in my late 40s. I used to rely on Urban Decay. That's a great primer.
Yeah.
And many others, and now I cannot use eyeshadow without it creasing within 10 minutes. I know the answer to this, but you tell
No,
it.
tell me. I want to know what.
No, because they want to hear from you. That's why they're here today.
But what's the question?
She used to
You
use
can't
eye
use-
primer
yeah.
forever, and now her eyeshadow creases immediately. This is why. Okay, wait, do you want to answer?
No, because now I want to know what you're going to say.
Okay. I bet you're using eye prep products that are too oily on your eyelids. You cannot do that when you're using eyeshadow. I would not use eye cream on your eyelids before eyeshadow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it will be like a muddy, gummy disaster. You might have a lot of oil production in your crease, so you need to apply a thin veil of translucent powder before you apply anything else. Um, I really think that's what's happening. Sometimes primer even still has some emollients to it, and it will become, the reason it's emollient is because it's grippy, so it will intensify the look of the eyeshadow, the powder eyeshadow. But if you have a lot of oil, that emollient is still going to like break down in the crease area. Anything that's wet wants to move into crevices, and the crease is a crevice. So if you have wetness and then shadow, it's going to collect in the crease, which is the crevice. So that's why I would assume that that's happening. You have another.
No, that's very, very true.
That's
I feel
right,
like
right?
I had one that was like one really super matte shadow base, but I don't know. But it's because they last forever. Is my theory? Is why makeup companies don't make them anymore, because you buy it and you never buy it again.
Yes. Yeah. Giveaway. Okay, you guys, let's do our giveaway. It's 3:20.
Ooh,
We're
it
having so
is?
much fun.
No.
Should we do our
Yeah, how do
giveaway?
we
Should
do that?
should we do our list first? Well, let's answer this first,
Oh
Jen.
yeah. Me?
Do you do you have a favorite mascara? Well, you do lipstick. You can answer this.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite mascara or trick to strengthen eyelashes for postmenopausal folks?
Okay, so yes, yes, and yes. Um,
I know what you're gonna say.
right? So I actually used one of the products on Gabby, but I didn't talk about it. Eye primer, mascara primers are amazing. This one happens to be Lancome Steel Booster. It's one of the few that I still know makes them. I think they're unbelievable, and they come in so handy for that. And then when it comes to the mascara, I happen to be, I'm not sponsored by Lancome, by the way. It's just that I do like a lot of their products. I think they do mascara really well.
Me too.
I gave away the one that's my favorite. This one's the Hypnose, but the Monsieur is my all-time favorite. I usually have them everywhere I turn. I mean, I think they're extraordinary because and I've had some amazing mascaras from some very expensive companies that are beautiful, but I would never spend that kind of money on a mascara.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree.
There's a point where is the value, what's the ROI, right? This must be killing you to not be able to talk for a couple minutes.
What are you saying? The makeup and the outfit look amazing together. I actually love how you did that.
Well, because when I saw you earlier and you were going to wear this jacket, I'm like, oh, this is amazing. Because this is like an art piece, what you're wearing. The only thing I did wrong was I did not bring the proper lip liner over here to our televised area, but I kind of worked around it.
Oh,
But you have nice, gorgeous, beautiful full lips. But I know you're a lip line girl, and I didn't have the shade over here.
unacceptable. You're fired.
But sometimes you just have to work with what you have. And I love this shade. I didn't realize that was what I was even using. Sheer Bel Air. Have you worn this?
No.
So Cicely did this collection with my friend Patrick.
Oh,
And this one,
stunning,
I think
guys.
this was inspired by Jacqueline Smith. I could be wrong. If you know who Jacqueline Smith was, she still is. She's lovely.
I'm not going to catch focus on this, but this is by Cicely, Sheer Bel Air. I'm sorry,
And it
keep
looks
going.
well on any brunette. Hands down, it's amazing.
This is like that quintessential mauve tone that's perfect for a light medium to medium tan skin.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's so iconically beautiful.
Sicily lipsticks are so bloody expensive, but they are so amazing.
Yes, they are, and yes, they are.
Even the shades, I feel they're elevated.
They're
They're
really
elevated,
well done.
right?
Like,
There's nothing tacky. Like there's not one tacky shade.
it's one of those places, I think, like a lipstick, to me, and I date myself for something, but I think there's nothing more chic than you sit down and you see a woman pull out an elegant compact and do this. There's an art of seduction that people forgot about, and it's even in the click. you know?
Yes.
So if you're
Yes.
going to have like a moment, you have to have a chic lipstick
And a fur.
and a fur.
And a dog.
Oh, I knew we would be friends.
100%. What are your thoughts on, oh, okay,
Oh,
two
yeah.
questions. What are your thoughts on tubing mascara?
I'm not a fan.
Tell me more.
I don't know. I feel like I just don't understand them. Mainly because most of the time when I see people using them, they look so artificial. Like it almost reminds me of people who have the fill done but don't keep the fill up.
Oh,
Like the lash
I
extension.
hate that.
It's like there's a commitment to using that. But,
Yes.
I know there's a world of people who love them. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, it's really messy. Lash extensions, I have a love-hate relationship, but it's mostly hate.
They look amazing when they're first done.
Yes, the first 5 days, they're
And then,
beautiful.
There's that room where like, unless you're going constantly, and that's a pricey upkeep.
Yes, and it's a
Right.
time commitment too.
Yeah.
But you think tubing mascara gives that vibe?
Yes, when it's done wrong, and I see it more wrong than right, so that's why it's not my thing. But
Interesting.
I'm gonna try a little of this anyway.
Can you recommend an eyelash primer that's budget friendly?
I think L'Oreal makes one, which, and it's not a big secret that L'Oreal owns Lancome's. I'm quite sure the formula is pretty good.
Michelle just said L'Oreal makes a really good one.
Oh, good. See, because I'm kind of out of the market on buying them. People send me things, and I'll use them if I like them, and if not, good thing you do. Too bad you don't live nearby, but you have the same problem. Like, I don't like to hoard things
Yes.
because I'd rather give it to somebody who's going to get value out of it,
I give them to my neighbors. Who do you give them to?
right? Well, my dad is in assisted living, so I bring them to his nurses. I am like their favorite person in the place.
I gave a bunch to my husband's. My husband was in the hospital last
Yeah.
year, to his nurses too. And they all followed me on Instagram. Now they call to check in on him. And I'm like, I bought all of your love. And I didn't buy it. It was like regifted.
No, but it's
Like
to me,
bags
I
of
think that's
roses.
amazing. We actually, with Halo, we do a program with nurses in Boston. We've done it for a number of years, and now we do it here in Florida, where we go and give makeovers to the nurses in the cancer center
Oh
once a
my
year.
gosh,
I'm
that's
telling you.
amazing.
And we have a team of people that come and volunteer. And to me, it's because they're kind of like forgotten about how hard they work.
Yes.
And if you've ever been in the hospital or had people who have, they do all the work.
Yeah, they do.
The
all
doctor
work.
pops in for 12 minutes, but you have 12 hours with this person,
Yes.
and it's really fun. And their workload is kind of crazy, and they want to look glamorous too.
They take such good care of people.
It actually kind of worked. I wasn't sure because this is more Carmen, which is like more sienna cinnamon, but you have a little spice too, so.
You know it, baby. This looks so pretty. Do you often pair a look with an outfit?
I used to all the time. Then I kind of got away from that, but I feel like it's like what happens cyclically in the world or something. Like people are very matchy again.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's an elegance again of like coordinating, because nothing to me is more exciting than watching a woman walk in who's got the handbag that she planned just for that outfit with the shoe.
Yes, I love it
And
too.
I feel like it's the same idea as like you can have a uniform of makeup that like to wear like just doing.
Yes.
But when you have a look and you actually pull it all together, it's really a different level of elegance.
I completely agree. You guys want to do a giveaway?
Oh yeah, I thought we did
We're
that.
almost done, yeah?
Yeah.
Now we'll do the giveaway. Let's do the finishing. Hey, that's for me. Just
I
kidding.
want to make sure. I told you before, like to test it first to make sure it doesn't come out like a fire hose.
Who's the client here, Tim?
And it's refreshing. I like these. Anyway.
That is nice.
This one's blur, mattify, and smooth and set all day, shake to activate. I like that noise too.
Yeah, that's Charlotte Tilbury, right?
Yes.
Charlotte Tilbury has incredible setting sprays, FYI. Okay,
They need to know.
this is how
Oh.
we're gonna do the giveaway, okay, you guys? So you need to write hashtag Halo42 in the chat. Every time you write hashtag Halo42, you're gonna be entered in to win. Let's remind them what they're getting. So go in the chat now,
Right.
start spamming it because you're gonna get a ballot and then there's gonna be a randomized draw and then one of you guys is gonna win everything. So
All right.
you're gonna get,
So they're going to receive the Soothing Face Cleanser, $85 retail value. The Anti-Aging Eye Oil, $110 US retail value. The Face and Body Elixir, 4 ounces, $96. And then we have the Extraordinary Balancing Body Wash, which this was sold out last year because of Oprah, so we're looking to have this back in. There's retail 75, so it's a $366
amazing.
package.
We were at Bloomingdale's yesterday and this was all sold out. The eye oil, I'm completely obsessed. I mean, all the products are incredible, but this is like one of my now holy grails. I can't live without products.
I feel by the end of the show it will be sold out because we were getting precariously close.
Yes.
New Beauty gave us an award for that
Yeah.
because it's hard to do something for the eye with no chemical in it that actually that performs.
Yes, totally. And this, you guys, I use this on my face, on my legs, on my décolleté. I have like a low cut top here. I'm just gonna show you, just slightly low. I gotta be careful here that you don't see more than you should. But you can even see do you see how hydrated and smooth my skin looks here on my décolleté and my neck? That's because I've been using that.
This is a great product for people who are concerned with, and I just forgot the word, crepey skin.
Yes, yes.
This body anywhere is like instantly hydrating, and over time it really does help to mitigate that. And funny story with that one, we were working with one of my dearest friends, Alana Stewart, is this wonderful actress model. Mark was there with us, and we were talking about the oil. She was doing something with us, and she said, I'm going to use this on my crepey skin. I saw his face, and he didn't really say anything. And then later, he's like, "What's wrong with her?" It's like some kind of a disease. I'm like, unfortunately, it's something that happens.
One day Mark too will experience crepey skin. He's gonna remember that moment.
Exactly.
forever.
You can't catch it.
You can't catch
You have
it.
to earn it.
If you're lucky enough, you will earn it.
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, I see. That's what that is happening with the hashtags.
That's happening now. Do you guys want to
Oh.
see this fully zoomed in final look? Guys, I went full hair extensions today. I went full glam for this moment.
Do you know, all day long, I've been wondering if those extensions or not.
They aren't, it absolutely is. I
Oh, I
didn't
had
grow
no
this
idea.
myself.
Well, I thought it was like Andrea earlier. She came yesterday. She had like this little tight bun, and then all of a sudden today it was like ba-boom.
Yeah,
But that was all her hair too.
that was all
Yeah.
her hair.
Well, this is
Okay. What do you guys think?
I'm looking over you. It looks so beautiful. But
I
she looks
love it.
beautiful. I mean, that's why when we met, we only met yesterday in real life.
Yes.
But we talked on the phone, I guess, about a month ago.
Yeah.
And you just have such a beautiful energy and aura, and I just
Aw,
love this
Tim.
time we get to spend together.
Me too. I feel the same way about you. We're now beauty besties.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll come to launch in Canada.
Yes.
I'll have to like get on that.
If you come to launch in Canada, we need a big party and I need to host it.
Yeah, yeah. But
Just
definitely,
putting it out there.
you told me the place. I'm going to have to contact them,
Yes. Yeah. Or Renee in Montreal.
or Renee in Montreal, because I feel like so many of our Floridian clients are in Canada. We'd
yeah.
have so much fun.
We would have a lot of fun. Canadians are a good time. Okay, you guys, the winner is, are you ready? Dun, 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 dun. It is Rach Barrows. All right, Rach.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's Rachel. Yay! Congratulations. So what you need to do now is email production@glamgirlgabby.com. Lori's gonna just make sure that it's really you, and then she's gonna get your address. We're gonna get that shipped out to you, and you'll get it really soon.
Yeah, we'll ship it right off.
Thank you, guys. This was fun.
It was so much fun. I didn't realize I was talking that long, though.
No,
That's
that's
what
what we
happens.
do.
Time goes
We're makeup
by.
artists. You
We
put
could
two
do-
together.
I
And
guess, weren't you telling me about a live stream that goes on for 24 hours? I guess we could do that.
we could literally do it. You want to do 20 more hours?
Yeah, why not? We'll take everything off and start again.
Second look coming up. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much,
Are you
Tim,
kidding? Thank you
being
for
on
having
this
me, and thank you for
channel.
inviting me into your family. It's so beautiful.
I want to tell you guys one more time before you leave that all of the products, Halo 42, there's a discount code right now, Glam Girl 15. The link is in the description box below. Oh, Reed says, well, I never win anything. You won something now,
Oh,
babe.
yes.
Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, Halo 42, Glam Girl 15. Go over there. If you want something, get it now. This code is active until the live stream's over, but maybe we can extend it for like 5 more hours.
What do you mean? The talk?
The code.
Oh,
Glam Girl gave me 15.
sure. Yes, absolutely. I feel like because this then lives on.
It lives on YouTube.
Yeah, so do it for 24 hours. That's fine with
Are
me.
you sure?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, guys, 24 hours. So if you're watching the replay and it is now
Right.
Sunday, you're still good, but get it now because then it will become inactive and that's it. And this never goes on sale, so I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. Thank you
that's
so
awesome.
much. Thank you for
kidding.
being
Thank
on
you.
there. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.